Some of these terms may be unfamiliar to you. They might even seem like a foreign language to you. Don't be concerned. I'll explain them all in this book. The important fact I want to emphasize at this early juncture is that the rise of New Babylon is not an isolated end times event. Rather, it is intimately related to other aspects of the end times, especially the tribulation period, the Antichrist, and Armageddon. I'll address all this in detail in Chapter 1. Ancient Babylon and New Babylon. Ancient Babylon lay in the land of Shinar, Genesis chapter 10, verse 10. This influential civilization, ruled by kings and priests, was situated on the banks of the Euphrates River, a little more than 50 miles south of modern Baghdad in Iraq. Because of its ideal location, Babylon was an important commercial and trade center in the ancient world. It became a powerful kingdom under the leadership of Hammurabi, 1792 to 1750 BC. Archaeologists have discovered a variety of ancient Babylonian documents. For example, Babylonian collections of wisdom literature include the Councils of Wisdom, dated at 1500 to 1000 BC, the Akkadian Proverbs, 1800 to 1600 BC, and the Words of Ahikar, 700 to 400 BC. Many of the proverbs contained in these works are secular in nature, and some are even quite crass in their moral tone. Such crassness is not unexpected because Babylon was a thoroughly pagan culture. Like other pagan nations of the ancient Near East, the Babylonians believed in many false gods and goddesses. These gods were thought to control the entire world of nature, and if one sought to be successful in life, he would do well to placate the gods. In Babylonian religion, the behavior of the gods was considered unpredictable at best. Each city in Babylon had a patron god with an accompanying temple. There were also a number of small shrines scattered about each city, where people often met to worship various other deities. The chief of the Babylonian gods was Anu, considered the king of heaven, while the patron god of Babylon was Marduk. Belief in an afterlife was prevalent among the Babylonians. The dead were thought to live in the underworld, and found their sustenance in offerings made by their living descendants. If no offerings of food or drink were made by descendants, the ghosts of the dead would allegedly return to haunt them. Hence, there was strong motivation to make such offerings. The Babylonians were well known for their practice of divination. Astrology can trace its roots back to Babylon to around 3000 BC. The ancient Babylonians observed how orderly and rhythmically the planets moved across the sky, and concluded that the planets were gods of the night. Thus, the planets were assigned godlike powers and character, and were worshipped. These gods were believed to control the fate of human beings on earth in a broad sense. That is, they controlled the destiny of nations. See Daniel, chapter 1, verse 20, chapter 2, verses 2, 10, and 27, chapter 4, verse 7, chapter 5, verses 7, 11, and 15. In view of this, the priests of Babylon sought to understand and predict the movements of these planets, so that perhaps they could use this knowledge beneficially on their nation's behalf. With a view to studying and worshiping these deities, the Babylonians built towers called ziggurats. Apparently, the Tower of Babel was one such ziggurat. It is important to understand the significance of the Tower of Babel, which we find documented in Genesis chapter 11. Bible scholar Charles Dyer provides this insight. Babel was humanity's first united attempt to short-circuit God's purpose. This first post-flood city was designed expressly to thwart God's plan for humankind. The people wanted unity and power, and Babel was to be the seat of that power. Babylon, the city of man,